Benjamin Day is a consultant and trainer specializing in software development, best practices using Scrum. His main areas of emphasis include Team Foundation Server, Scrum, software testing, software architecture. He's a Microsoft Visual Studio ALM MVP, certified Scrum trainer via scrum.org. In today's talk, Ben is going to speak about career development for engineers. Please join me in welcoming Benjamin Day.
All right, so this is From Han Solo to Captain Picard, Nerd's Guide to Technical Leadership and Career Growth. You got a lot of my bio already. I'm from Brookline, Massachusetts, which is basically Boston. I do all kinds of stuff. I'm kind of a Microsoft guy. Big takeaways on this: get to know yourself, teams, process, and motivation, and then focus and learning. Now, the place that this got started from was I was working with a company. I got hired in to help them out with their DevOps practices and test-driven development and software architecture. And the people that hired me in said that the teams don't know anything about test-driven development. They don't know how to write unit tests. They're terrible. Go fix them. And I went in and I was hanging out with the teams, and they weren't really all that bad at writing code, writing unit tests. So started thinking about, okay, well, what's going on? How does it feel to work here? Why are they telling me that you're bad at writing unit tests? And you start hearing stories about stuff. And eventually it starts to sound like it's actually the CEO of the company who is the founder. And eventually I work my way up, and I'm finding myself face to face with this guy. And I get the awesome benefit, the awesome privilege of telling him that everything he's doing is wrong. Han Solo is from Star Wars, owner-operator of Millennium Falcon, likable guy. Like, people just want to hang out with him. Highly talented, knows his ship really, really well. Front to back, side to side, up to bottom. He knows how to fly it. He knows how to fix it. He's got one employee, Chewbacca. Chewbacca may or may not be a 1099 MISC employee, independent contractor. It doesn't say, it's not part of the canon. And Han Solo, I would say, is a good engineer, but perhaps not a great engineer. I bet some of you have worked with this kind of person before. Han Solo, Millennium Falcon's always on fire, right? When it really starts, when you put it under a load test, like we're trying to get away from a Star Destroyer or something, it's always like, oh, this is blowing up, or that's blowing up, or this is falling off, or that doesn't work. If he were a really good engineer, wouldn't he fix it so it wouldn't break? So I've run into these people in my career that you get the feeling that they really like having things breaking a lot, and that they're the only person that knows how to fix them. My theory goes like this. We start as Han Solo, and we can stay in that Han Solo mode for as long as we want, as long as we're staying on top of our technology skills. If we're staying up on what is hot, if we're still marketable for technology, then we can keep doing this forever. But the real question is, do we really want to stay here? So leadership by inspiration. Self-organization is key because it's really the only way you're going to get a lot of people to scale the effort, which is to say, give them a direction you want to go in, and then let them go do it. So find ways to get people to feel good about their work, as opposed to screaming at them, trying to get them to do what you want to do. Yelling, not a good formula for great self-organization. You have to find ways to make them want to do a good job. You also need to find a way to make it okay for you to be wrong. Let's just go into the last little bit. So Han is amazing, but his ship is really small. He's the master of his domain, king of the castle, but it's a fairly small castle. And that's not a bad thing. If Han Solo is profitable and can keep going, there is no reason to move to something else, if it was his choice to stay there. To become more Picard-like, you have to decide that it's something you actually want to do. You're going to be motivated in a different way. Whatever you choose to do it because it's what you want to do, not because you're being forced to it or you're just sort of waddling towards that goal. So I think we are out of questions. I'm going to hang around for a bit, but thank you very much for coming.